capitalist singularity is finally upon us. No longer do we own private property. No longer do we own our work. There is only peace. Well, in PAMU now, today we have achieved the dream of the United Soviet Socialist Republics Incorporated. Rejoice, for now you can eat the bug and enjoy it. Rejoice, for now you can put the gerbil in your asshole and like it. You are nothing and you have never been happier. Glory to freedom, glory to the great wisdom, or glory to the corporation.
You recording?
Recording in progress. Welcome back to the most popular show this side of Zambia, the Porn Anti-Marginalisation Union, episode 18. I feel like we've been on episode 18 for the last 3 months.
Well, it's because the Spotify episodes and the YouTube episodes, I think YouTube is missing 2 episodes, so it's off. And then Spotify, whatever the episode count on Spotify is correct, although I haven't uploaded the Dank to Lose one on Spotify yet.
You should. Hell,
well,
man.
The problem was is that I had posted so many older episodes all at once, and for some reason Libsyn was doing maintenance, so they didn't check that I went like 4 or 5 gigabytes above the threshold per month, so I have to wait for it to reset to upload another episode. So that should actually be like done tomorrow or today.
Excellent. We're today joined by Min, also known as Jose. Say hello, Min.
Hey, how's it going? It's my podcast debut, so be gentle.
Min is one of the oldest
men alive.
And Min is also an OG and Capistani.
That's true.
Theologian / anarcho-capitalist. Right?
I think the term was Austro-Heideggerian.
Austro-Heideggerian, nice. Does that just mean Australian?
Australian-Hungarian.
Hungarian, is that what that means?
Yeah, the Austrian school of Heideggerianism. So we believe in praxeology and we believe in praxeology. I don't know. It was Kenneth that came up with most of it.
Yeah, you brought your lighter too?
Yeah.
Where's your lighter, bro? You're slacking on this one. Anyways. Very cool. Vlad, do you have any questions for our boy Min?
Well, I have a question for you, Azim.
All right, let's go.
I've never, I've known you for a while, but I've never met you. But there's one thing that I know about you.
Yeah.
And that is that you're a connoisseur of gay pornography. So can you tell us more about you?
I am not sure where you got that from.
I live in your walls, man.
Fair enough. This is where we're going with the episode today?
Where the fuck are we gonna go, dude?
Well, we can talk about Min's lust for Bataille and where that comes from.
Okay.
Instead, you had to go for gay pornography. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Is this going to be
we're talking about pornography, I guess. So.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, is this going to be?
Can we tie pornography and Bataille together?
I thought philosophy is like our side hustle. Our main earner is pornography, but like just talking about pornography. Has this been done before? Like a podcast?
Oh, there's got to be a porn podcast.
Nestor has literally hosted.
Yeah, but that was like political, dude. You know, I want to know about the ins and outs.
So today we're gonna dive into the philosophies of porn.
Of the porn. I want to know the ins and outs and ins and outs and ins and outs.
You are such a child. Okay. I really want to know why Min, you're like obsessed with Bataille though, right? Like that's your guy.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, who are you obsessed with now? Last time I remember, you were in this Bataille phase.
I don't read anymore. So
you read to begin with? You read to begin with.
I used to read. Wow. I'm too busy now listening to music, so I can't read anymore. But I used to read. I had my phase when I was 18. Like I need to read so I can get smart, so I can own the libs. And started with Nietzsche, obviously. That phase lasted. I think that was when I first joined PAMU. Was the Nietzsche phase. So if you want to go back and look at my posts, that should be fun. And then I also like the time. Yeah, sure. And Heidegger. See, I read Being in Time and didn't get any of it, but it was like, I feel like I have to read something serious, to prove to myself that I can get through a dense, what is that, like 500-page book or something?
Yeah. That's as serious as it gets, man. What a masterpiece.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice. So then how'd you get into Bataille? Did you just not read? Is Bataille like the meme philosopher for you? Did you osmosisly pick up Bataille?
Bataille is obviously very meme-worthy because he wrote porn and or erotica, whatever, and he got cucked by Lacan. So you got all those little Reddit factoids that you can throw in to anytime about Bataille. So he's very meme-worthy. I don't know. I'm not sure the first time I heard about him. I really forget. Did either of you guys know about True Dill Tom on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know where he's gone, but he's my guy. r/my guy, for sure.
Yeah, Instagram, or he was. I think he deactivated. He posts now. He's Nero Poster. He was on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so that would have been my first exposure to like postmodern philosophy and shit. Was his depraved circle jerking about Deleuze and stuff on his channel live. Yeah. So that started my interest. And maybe he talked about Bataille there. He's definitely on about Girard, that whole, what was it called? Eric Gons thing.
Yeah. He talked a lot about Deleuze, and he talked a lot about Lacan. A lot. He had a lot of videos over Lacan. I think he was a reactionary, but like after actually reading, you could kind of tell his views just became really jaded. And I guess that's why he's deactivated on everything, because he's like, well, I'm not a reactionary anymore. I just like, Well,
no, so he moved to Ukraine like a month or two before the war started.
What?
Yeah. So why he deactivated? He's probably dead or drafted or something.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, good for him. I hope he turns
Vlad, why aren't you in Ukraine?
Because if I would go there, I wouldn't be able to leave. I have
right.
I have like shit to do. I have my like Farmville account to look after. I have a few plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also that the main reason is that I would be a liability.
I
would be a liability. Like I have nothing to offer apart from like, I don't know, like I'll like take out the guitar and share my sausage, my Polish ham. And then
man, you are obsessed with ham right now.
I love ham.
Yeah, of those that he mentioned, ham is definitely the one that I'm obsessed with.
Polish ham. Have you guys ever had Polish ham? It's like so pink and so
sweet. Do I have to go to Poland to find myself some Polish ham?
No, I'm sure you'll fucking have some Polish shops wherever you're from. So like it's gonna be
No, we have a very large Russian community here, so I think like all the other Eastern Europeans just don't live here anymore.
right. Okay, well, you can still find that ham in those shops. It's called Doktorska, which is the doctor's ham, and it's fucking sick with garlic. Get some vodka. Oh man. Black bread, but like the really black bread, you know what I'm saying? What do you call it? The rye bread?
Rye bread, for sure.
Yeah, rye bread. Holy crap. With a little bit of butter. See what I'm talking about? I would be a fucking liability.
Hey man, Vlad, did they like lobotomize you at work?
Me? What?
No, it's not me. I did spend 8 hours looking at fucking Excel, so I need to jump from one topic to the other. Otherwise, every time I close my eyes, I keep seeing pivot tables. And
Pivot tables, oh man.
graphs.
Yeah, those are the only things you do in Excel and in any industry, man. They suck.
Can you imagine that Excel runs the world?
Yeah, no, I do imagine that. That's why Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein were really close.
Oh, I see.
Excel,
Excel, Bill Gates, the world, Jeffrey Epstein. I see the connection there.
Have something to put all the
You don't need to say,
keep track of this is this guy, this is what I blackmailed him with.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. So without Excel, we wouldn't have Jeffrey Epstein. I think that is safe to say because he was an accountant, right? And it's hard to keep track of like the international elite and all of their depravity. So
he used Excel, which is why I used to fly out of Bill Gates everywhere.
Oh my!
So how does this? I really want to talk about Bataille, but I've never read Bataille. But he sounds so cool, man. Vlad, have you ever read Bataille?
Yes. Well, I've read the only secondary source that is worth its time, which is Nick Land's Thirst for Annihilation, which is an amazing book. And which it cost like $500 million on eBay for one copy because it has like fucking like it's soiled with Nick Land's bathwater, and his feces. Because it generally feels when you read it like that Nick Land hates himself and this book and you particularly.
Those are the best kind.
Yeah.
I've not read Nick Land, although I have Fange Newman. I asked my parents to get it for me for Christmas.
Nice. I think the only thing of Nick Land I know about is just that meltdown video thing because Vlad sent it to me because Vlad was like really thinking about Polish ham when he sent that to me. So, and I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool, very aesthetic. I don't know why Nick Land is popular in any circles, honestly. Is he actually like cool? Because he follows me on Twitter. So, and that only took like 2 weeks to get. So I don't know if
really
he's actually
easy.
like.
It's really.
I don't know if he's actually really a real philosopher or if he's just one of us.
No, he's real. I think he was real, and now he's not real.
It's like Santa Claus.
Yeah. It's like when your dad like climbs down the chimney and like gets stuck and like rips his throat and dies instantly, and then you find him like 2 days after Christmas, after you've like throw some like firewood into the fireplace, and you get that whiff. You get that whiff
of smoked ham.
Yeah, that smoked ham.
Yeah.
And then that's how you learn that Nick Land isn't real.
Based.
Yeah.
Man, why did you join PAMU to begin with? What was the idea?
So I think I was on it on my personal back in like 20 let's see, I think I joined early 2019, but I think I was on it on my personal for a bit before that.
You had a personal account?
On Facebook? Yes, does not exist anymore. Trust me.
What?
And then, yeah, so I joined it. Man, I think it was just because I was starting reading stuff. So I was like straight up just like looking Facebook searching like philosophy memes or whatever. You know, really dumb. But so I think that's how I found him. So then I joined and started shitposting. Yeah, I was a pretty controversial figure, I think. You know.
Were you?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I think he was pretty.
Who found men controversial?
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
we don't have to name names, okay? Like they're dead now.
No, they aren't.
They're all dead.
I reposted their episodes. So
well, Roger Beckett, but everyone's controversial to him. That's his name there at that time. He's also controversial to everyone.
I don't think the 5 people from Zambia that watch this fucking podcast are going to know.
240, by the way.
Let's talk about Bataille. Okay, he loves the sun. He's a little sunshine boy. You know, he loves the sunshine.
Yes.
He thinks he finds it a source of excess that we do not fully. We are unable to fully consume the source, so our entire human existence is filled with decay and waste. And I find that really sad.
Do you agree with what he says about that? Are we just decayed waste?
Why are you guys just fucking burning down your houses?
Because we're talking about Bataille, and this is like symbolic of the decayed waste of Bataille, bro.
Oh shit, dude! I need a cigarette for this.
I was in church a few weeks ago, and they were talking about God, and they compared God to the sun. They're like, God is like the sun because he gives everything and doesn't expect everything back. But he made us in his image. So he expects us not because he needs it, but because we're supposed to act like him. We need to be like the sun and give things. And I was like, that sounds a lot like Bataille.
Bataille, yeah. This is what like Nick Land was talking about when he said, you know, why does the sun take so long to die? It's because the sun does not answer his stupid fucking Reddit atheist questions about why things bad if sun good, you know?
Yeah.
Because can I share this spiritual experience I've had recently? Okay.
Go ahead, man. You need to let it out.
I was huffing glue, like
normally do. Nothing new.
I was huffing a lot of glue and maybe choking myself with what do you call that? Play-Doh. Yeah, Play-Doh. And then I decided I will download Space Engine from Steam. Have you guys heard of it? And okay, I was in a very vulnerable space mentally. So when I started when I got into the gameplay of Space Engine, which isn't simply a planetarium, okay? It's not just a planetarium, virtual planetarium. What you do is you travel, okay? You put in the search bar 100 or 1,000 light years around you, and you pick like whatever interests you. And as I was going through all those like stars and systems and whatever, black holes, neutron stars, and I was off my mind at that point, I started realizing that I fucking hate regular matter. I want to subjugate regular matter, all of it, because its quantity, its overwhelming multiplicity around us is suffocating. It's like constantly we're berated with the sun and its fucking best friends around it, like shoving our faces in how they won the universe. You know what I mean? They dominated the universe.
Matter, the sun is too totalitarian for you.
Yes. Okay. So living life, life is like the next step in the game. Regular matter won like its phase, but it can't go any further than that, right? It's like everywhere, like fucking each sun has its like personality, and like black holes like dominate galaxies, but we need to subjugate them. We need to bring them to their knees and show and present the dominance of life over regular matter.
Okay, so you're saying that base matter, base material,
yes,
is like
an inferior race.
Yes, but it can come together in certain configurations and create something pure like consciousness.
Right, yeah. So we're like the next step. When like you have to like, like when the great philosopher Jordan Peterson says you have to like murder your father or something. Like that is the same thing with regular matter. We have to completely dominate our fathers. Like fucking just step on them from the top.
It's a very like a white man's burden, manifest destiny take on matter, man.
I don't think it's white man's burden, man. I think it's every man's burden. It is for us to win.
Is to claim dominance over nature.
Humans are just people of the universe.
Yeah. We're the white people of the universe. I completely agree with that.
Right.
Everybody can't be oppressed if everybody is white, right?
Totally.
Well,
yeah.
Regular matter is technically, like makes up like what 13% of the observable universe, and the rest
down dangerous territory, man.
And the rest is dark energy and dark matter.
Hey, Vlad.
What?
I said in the beginning.
I was huffing glue.
I said before we'd be on the podcast, I'm like, hey, we're gonna cancel you, buddy. And
please,
you're really setting yourself up.
Just free me, dude. Just free my soul.
I think this is the first PAMU podcast episode where we've actually touched a cancelable.
I'm speaking scientific fact. Okay, let me look up. Let me look it up.
Saying, we got to get rid of all this pesky dark energy.
How much?
It keeps expanding with dark matter.
Regular
what's the current science now these days of the dark matter?
Oh my God!
Universe
or something. It just keeps growing and growing, and there's too many of them.
So yeah, how come
regular matter is going to be displaced?
How come like 5% of the universe is regular matter, but it takes up fucking 99% of our fucking minds? We fucking wake up every day and we have to look at the sun, right?
Because
imagine looking at imagine having like a massive floating face of your king that like rises up every day.
I mean, we do that every day on social media.
Yeah, but that's because we're delusional, right? Okay, so without the sun, we're fucked.
Answer your own question. We're delusional. But you don't have to perceive the sun as anything.
We do.
I don't.
Well, you're not ready for the solar jihad then.
Not ready for the solar jihad?
Yeah.
All right.
And the final boss is Sagittarius. Or is it Sagittarius? Is that the name of the black hole in the center of the Milky Way?
I thought you were talking about astrology for a second.
Because that motherfucker fucking rules the entire galaxy. Okay?
Yes,
it's sickening.
He's the big bad.
It's sickening. And when like astrophysicists talk about all these stellar bodies, they're like, ooh, you're so beautiful, so mystical. so fucking science shit. Fuck.
So when we create PAMU RPG, is it literally just going to be me, you, and Min as like the three main characters, and we have to do a solar jihad against the sun only for the final boss to really be Sagittarius?
Holy crap. Oh, okay, first of all, that's one of the endings. It cannot be just one ending, okay? I do not accept one ending.
The world gets destroyed by Sagittarius. That's like the first bad ending, and it's the most likely ending you get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's like in Dark Souls, you choose whether to like end the cycle or like you choose to join it. So you join Sagittarius.
In Dark Souls, it's no real choice because whatever you choose doesn't mean anything. I saw that theory once. I don't know if it's true, but a YouTuber guy with a big ass neck beard was talking about it, so he had to be right?
Oh yeah, prepare to cry and come. Episode number 37.
Can you tie like Heidegger or Bataille into Elden Ring?
Holy
Is
shit!
there analysis to that?
Holy shit, dude! Min, can you do that? Because I'm interested.
Oh, tie Bataille into Dark Souls?
Yeah, you can do that. Or Heidegger, whichever one.
That's totally possible, I'm sure. Because
it's all about like stagnation, right? Decay.
Well, it always makes me think of like the Freud death drive, Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And there's some of that in Bataille, for sure. So you could do it. You'd have to give me a minute to think on it. You'd have to give me a minute to craft my perfect video essay. YouTube video essay on it.
Is this why you were referred to as Min? Because it takes you a minute to philosophize?
Is that why they call you the white man of the universe? Because you leave video essays behind you? solar jihads. You guys see my dog? I'm so that fucking dog is so cute, dude. He's so disappointed in you, Azim. What are you doing with your time?
And she's a mama.
Oh shit!
And she's disappointed in everyone.
Congratulations. I mean, instead of touching grass with the dog, you're
touching the dog. You're disgusting.
That's not what I said. I said instead you're fucking doing a podcast.
No. You've been talking about Polish ham this entire time. You're talking about pornography.
I love Polish ham.
No. Min, have you philosophized yet?
I wasn't. Well, I was thinking about. I didn't get to Bataille yet, but I was thinking about the Freud death drive. It really is like all matter has basically a compulsion to destroy itself.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, everything is constant.
My thing about matter having a drive to destroy itself, it's almost like it's really just matter trying to learn about itself, and the only way it can do that is by destroying. Like the only way to truly understand something is by destroying it or creating it, right? Like
you have to dissect it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. You have to dissect it. So
I kind of see it as regular matter. You know, the tyranny of the sun and everything. It has a drive to destroy itself because it wants to die before it lives long enough to become the villain. It doesn't want the sun and its fucking shithead buddies doesn't want to give us the opportunity to revise history like Chairman Mao taught us to do. Okay?
And that's what Dark Souls is about.
That's what Dark Souls is about.
because the people of the light, tried to keep it going too long, so long that they became the bad guy.
Holy crap! Yes. Exactly. Is that just true of all things? Is that why all things need to die?
Yeah.
Like this match? Well, you slacking, man.
What?
I said you slacking. You need to get a match or something out, man, and join the club.
Oh,
we're out here like worshiping fire.
I have a court order not to touch any lighter fuel.
Well, I feel like you would, in your country, you would need like a license to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mate, you got a license for that fire?
For that,
Talk about something interesting. That
have you ever
discovered.
had frozen gelatin fish soup?
That sounds disgusting.
That
Can we move on to a different topic?
Shut the fuck up, dude. That's it's the best.
We can talk about the time.
Let's talk about what?
Some guy that I actually have like knowledge on, really, that I could explain to people.
All right, explain him, and then Bataille after that.
Wait, explain who? What?
Whoever you said you have knowledge on, and then we can talk about Bataille.
He didn't hear you, and he was like, "Okay, let's move on. Let's say whatever you want to say."
Okay.
I'm pointing this out to make him feel awkward.
What time are we at now at this point?
We have 7 seconds left.
Are you for real?
No, we have 7 minutes left. I think that's long enough for a video essay, at least like with the part 1.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
It's the fucking feds, dude. They won't let us breathe.
We can take an intermission and then come back and do part 2 of the podcast.
Sure. I'm down. I got nothing else to do today. School's out.
Vlad, do you have anything to do today?
Well, apart from having a fucking life, yeah, I guess I don't.
No, you don't. What are you gonna do after this?
I'm gonna make
You're gonna
rice.
play Elden Ring.
I'm gonna make rice.
You don't cook. You don't cook.
Okay, my girlfriend's gonna make rice.
You would burn the water before you even put the rice in.
All right, okay, geez, I'm gonna make. My girlfriend's gonna make rice and mince for me, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have a grand old time.
She can just, if she's real, she can just bring it up to you. You don't gotta tell the audience you got a woman.
I can't eat in public, like I hold the fork weird.
And our 5 viewers in Zambia would be weirded out if we're doing a mukbang on the pod.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? Why is that a thing?
Mukbangs?
Yeah.
I feel like we should start doing mukbang and philosophy.
Just
like we
just shove philosophy into fucking anything. Just like fucking whatever, fucking like amoebos and like philosophy. Let's fucking like Mac Spicy and philosophy.
Let's get into it. Talk about.
I feel like this describes like philosophy memes like just perfectly. It's just like, let's take a popular image and stick our fucking like rotten like fucking gangrenous dicks in it.
Dude, I really want to just like I want a picture of a bunch of amoebos and then just bottom text and then just say multiplicities. That would go so hard as a meme, bro.
Yeah, and like in the
consent petition now because hot topic that's gonna get you 1 million likes.
Yeah, and in the caption, it's like it's a hyperlink to Marx.org.
In part 2 of this interview, we're gonna talk about Roe versus Wade and abortion.
Oh, great! Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Fucking this wonderful fucking Monday that I spent like 8 hours looking at Excel. Okay, so let's end this and end our lives as well in the process, and then I'll like invite you again.
Thank you.
Abortion is very, very
when you edit this, can you like make a cute little intermission jingle? Go like dun 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 dun, PAMU. Intermission, and leave it for like 1 minute of just like some stupid elevator music.
I'm just gonna cut that out. I'm just gonna cut what you just did, and
you're
like
gonna leave it.
and like superimpose it on.
Dun 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 dun, PAMU.
Welcome back to the Zero Books podcast. We're talking about the new Batman movie today and how Althusser wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, pretty much the issue with the Batman movie, I think they portrayed the real philosopher of the film the Riddler as a young incel, and I vehemently disagree with that because the true Sigma dark cell of the entire movie is Robert Pattinson, Batman, if you didn't know.
He's such a dark cell. And what I've realized is that they've run out of ideas of like new gadgets, because like all they've introduced this time is like eye contacts. Like Robert Pattinson's fucking vision isn't that good, right? Like, like if you combine all the comics and all the fucking movies together, he's literally like fucking Inspector Gadget at this point. You can find fucking find anything. Like, you know, like go Batman, join a Trump rally.
Well, I mean, that's like a part of the issue, like, you know, because it's capitalist realism, man. Like they're trying to sell you on all these different gadgets, and now they're selling you on contact lenses.
Yeah. By the way, in the description, you will find a link to the Zero Books website, markfisher/.org for $59.69 limited offer.
Cool.
Anyways, so Min, you are actually a music savant. You're a connoisseur of different music. Am I onto that? You're like a Redditor for r/music?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm a Redditor of music. I can tell you all the little cool fun facts about different composers. Did you know that Schubert died of syphilis? Did you know that I don't know. Everyone died of syphilis those days.
What did Ligeti die of?
Ligeti? Who's that? Is that a music guy?
Giorgio Ligeti, the fucking guy the atonal musician who made the crazy song at the end of 2001 Space Odyssey.
No. Atonal stuff.
Oh, you're not into that.
He probably died of syphilis or something.
I think he died of good taste.
Ooh.
Oh, so this is an unironic opinion. You actually really like this guy.
I fucking every time I put him on, it's like I'm on Adderall. For some reason, atonal gets me like really focused.
Well, you know, that makes sense. I saw that movie, 2001 Space Odyssey, and the music carries the whole film. You take out the music, that movie sucks. I mean, it already does suck, but it sucks even more.
Shut the fuck up, dude. That movie was an achievement.
It was a solid like 4.5 out of 10. Yeah.
It was an achievement in costume design in human history. I mean, the
monkeys are the only thing that was like costume good.
Yeah. When did you ever see like a photorealistic monkey before in cinema?
Probably when they had monkeys and stuff.
Like Avatar, the Blue People movie.
Oh, you know, like the 1958 Avatar film, directed by like M. Night Shyamalan's grandfather.
Wait, that was a thing?
Yeah, man, it's fucking a thing. No, shut the fuck up. That was a great film, 2001. Okay, I watched it in every philosophy class that I've ever had. I paid like 3 years of bachelor's degree only so I can watch 2001 Space Odyssey.
So before there was Evangelion, there was 2001 Space Odyssey. That's what all the those types were into. Cool. Didn't know.
I knew at some point in the podcast you're gonna bring up anime, Azim. I mean, just like, what the fuck, man?
You brought up 2001 Space Odyssey. I can talk about anything at this point.
We don't partake in that kind of stuff, man. Like, this isn't the place.
I thought you watched Ava.
I don't know who Ava is. I've never met her. Like, I don't know what she looks like. So don't.
Ava, like, is the chick from WALL-E, the female robot?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I've seen that.
See, that's a good ass film. That's one of the best films to ever come out.
It traumatized me. It traumatized me.
It predicted everything that's happened today.
As a kid, it traumatized me.
It traumatized me too. I remember seeing that in theaters, and it was really weird. It was really creepy for a kid. I don't know.
Like I saw it as a kid as well. Fuck, I mean, it traumatized me.
Wally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love that film.
Is that my future, Dad?
I mean, yeah, I became fat phobic like after I saw the movie. Not that it wasn't already as a kid. I always was fat phobic, but like that just like certified everything. You know what I mean?
I don't think that was the point of the film. Okay, I think it's about.
I'm pretty sure the point of the film was like, hey, if you don't get this robot.
All right. So what do you want to talk about, Vlad?
So the feds came knocking on my door. I think what Wall-E is really about is the dangers of strongmen and right-wing totalitarian, like Fox News, like the Lincoln Project, like Alex Jones, and there's been studies. Okay, there's been studies made where they paid Fox News watchers to watch CNN instead, and within a span of 1 month, they killed themselves.
Cool.
Anyways, so I wanted to talk about Min's idea of like the state of pop music and how that reflects the culture at large.
Oh, well, the state of pop music, more like the state of shit.
Yeah.
Dude, Min, what would you do if Schoenberg knocked on your door and you opened and he was like, he was dressed as like as a trap musician?
As a trap musician?
Yeah, I don't know what you call it. What do you call it?
About the same amount of
trap musician
years, so I don't think there'd be much of a difference.
It would be Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
Was it Schoenberg that Adorno was obsessed with, or I think that might be in there?
No, I think he was obsessed
Adorno was obsessed with jazz. Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, I think I was thinking about this the other day. Pop music is basically there's nothing musical about it. It's basically constructed by the audio engineer complex, who it's basically just like a collection of sounds or something or like a collection of sounds. Music is just going for a vibe these days. It's the Hans Zimmer syndrome, you know, but there's no actual melody or form or anything to it. It's just like, this goes on the Spotify chill vibes playlist, and that's what it's mass produced for.
Yeah.
Well, it's like infinitely reproducible, right? Like the eternal Adornian critique still stands, you know, as if you have like a industry standard for melody, but you switch around the words a little bit, it's like infinitely profitable. It's the same thing with like books nowadays, you know. It's like, it's all about like, you know, the content might be exactly the fucking same as always, but like the form, there's like a slight variation on the form. Let's give this guy fucking $10 million in the literature award club.
Okay, I got something for you. Serious. So you can kind of argue that all of the mainstream or like the old guard artistic forms are basically being repeated so much that like we've seen everything, you know, even when it comes to just like painting or whatever. Like the reason why we go into abstract art now is because like at least we're seeing some like vibrations or things that are like completely new. One thing I have noticed is that if you go on TikTok or social media or whatever, the only art form that has any new ground right now is fragrance and scents.
Well, I think you're a little biased here.
You are a little biased. To be fair, you do hold 50% stake in Johnson & Johnson.
Not Johnson & Johnson. I have 50% stake in Louis Vuitton.
In Big Pharma. I always knew you were like a Big Pharma boy.
I mean, Martin Shkreli was my guy.
This is why you didn't vote for Bloomberg, man, even though I asked you.
I voted for Bloomberg.
Do you think
in the primaries, I voted for Bloomberg, dog.
Go ahead, man.
Do you think we could get a Jack from the Perfume Nationalist on the pod?
No.
No?
You
Okay.
can try, but you will not come on.
I'm sure he'd do it. He'll do anything.
No. I listen to a lot of these podcasts, and I've realized he does not like anyone with dissenting opinions on his ideas of great fragrance.
Yeah.
So no.
Well, I have a lot of ideas about fragrance. So I don't know if he has if he's gonna be able to keep up with me. Because I could tell you every fragrance that ever existed.
Anyone could do that.
No.
It's right now, Vlad.
Huh? What?
Name 5 fragrances for us right now.
Okay, the McRib. the grease that you get from an air fryer. Onions. I mean, it's just ancient.
Goddamn.
Skewers.
We're 4. All right, let's go for 5.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, I know this. I need to remember my fragrance class. Smegma.
Wow, you are disgusting. We gotta clip this. We gotta post this. All right.
I'm not clipping this shit. Why would I clip
are.
my expert knowledge, which is trumping yours, clearly?
No, I mean, hey, I didn't know you were a savant, bro. I didn't know you were a fragrance guru.
You didn't know that, back in the 17th century, Dutch noblemen were covering themselves, were caking themselves with with McRib.
Some people have to do a lot of drugs to get to our level of sense of humor, and this is our default.
I think it's all the smegma, man.
Min, how are you doing?
Okay. In general, at this time in my life.
Yes. Anything, please.
Let's talk about women.
Oh yes. Okay. So you guys use Azim, you use Instagram, of course.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed about Instagram is that if you go to the magnifying glass thing, the search, and you go down suggested, it'll show you hot babes. Okay, that's cool. But then if you click on a hot babe and you just scroll down for a bit, you'll notice they'll all be the same race as the hot babe you clicked on. So if you click on an Asian babe,
yeah,
there's an algorithm for babes by race on Instagram.
Is hot babe
just by race? It's hair color, eye color, cup size, and ass size.
Yeah, totally.
Is hot babes an insensitive term?
It'll
actually, TikTok's algorithm is even greater than Instagram's. So if you don't use TikTok, and yeah.
Oh no, TikTok, that's degenerate. I don't use TikTok.
Yeah, that's un-American.
TikTok's pretty good. I actually don't get any thirst traps on TikTok because I made sure my algorithm only showed me designer clothes. So, yeah.
Am I the only old school guy around here who gets his hot babes, or as I like to call them, hot toots, from the newspapers?
Do they got hot toots in the newspapers?
You said hot toots.
It's toots.
Yeah, it is toots. It's not toots. I've never heard toots before. What the fuck?
Toots.
Yeah, that does give a different
What
connotation.
the fuck is wrong with you? What laugh is that? Are you alive?
Sorry, what was that band you were talking about, Min?
Band? What?
You were like showing your like weeaboos. Oh, it's not. It's English.
The Contain podcast. It's pretty cool. You guys should check it out.
What is it about?
It's about they talk about Bataille and what's his name, the Asian guy beyond Ben Choi Hong.
Francis Fukuyama.
Oh yeah, that Asian guy.
Yeah,
The particular one.
yeah, it's like art. Oh, well, I can't say that, but it's arty stuff. It's for artists. So you should check it out.
Oh, so it's philosophy once again shoving its gangrenous pee hole into.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I do not like philosophy podcasts. I only like the PAMU podcast and the guy on the Philosophize This podcast because he can speak to me like a normal person. Like I tried doing the Hermetics podcast or whatever, and they just use too many big words.
You know, I met the Philosophize This guy in a party in LA, and I keyed his car.
I bet you did. Yeah. We got to clip this and then send it out and then tag him. His words are too big, man. I'm not about it. So I really did want to talk to see if Min had any insight on the music industry, but I guess we've reached the point where it's just sound engineers and mass-produced nonsense. But people have been giving that same critique about music since like the 1950s or 40s. So I don't even know.
I don't agree with that, dude. There's a lot of good music around. It's just hard to find. That's it.
There's a great album called Plantasia. You should check it out. Vlad would love it. And Min, I think if you like music, you would like that too. So it's
years. So people these days are all about returning to tradition, right? And they're like, you know, we live in a cultural dark age, and we need to return to sort of primordial sources of inspiration, you know, spiritual or you know,
gold blood.
You know, people of past civilizations are more spiritually enlightened than us, or more artistic. But then they listen to like jungle beats or like, I don't know, some shitty trap music. Could you maybe try like listening to like Wagner or something at least? Like,
yeah, right.
Can you just like, we got to do the Gus, whatever that word is, the Wagner Gus Jamdu, but the work, you know, it's total art. You got to commit to the bit. You got to commit to the return.
No, I don't get it either. That's why I don't mess with these reactionary guys, man. They just spew nonsense. They just talk like the issue is they just need to get laid. You know, I hate that. But the only reason why they want to return to tradition is just literally so that they could like have a Handmaid's Tale thing. And I hate saying this because it makes me sound like a leftist, which I'm not.
Ew.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But that's literally all it is. Like, we've lost everything there is to meaning in life. And for men, it's just paying people's OnlyFans. Like, for like cat girls and like and trans girls or whatever. And it's like it's the Nick Fuentes effect is what it is. I don't stand that guy. Kind of cringe.
He's very cringe.
I think instead of returning to tradition, we should
create tradition.
Engage with the solar jihad.
I like that, Azim. We need to create tradition.
Create tradition.
That's what we need to do. Establish a dynasty that will last 1,000 generations.
Oh, that sounds like
Why is this the only button I buttoned up? They all need to
fucking
be button. There we go.
Hardest button.
Imagine starting a dynasty that lasts for 1,000.
I like that look, Azim.
I know, man. I'm gonna. All the autistic philosophy bros are gonna look at this like, whoa, oh, woo, gosh.
Adding a little sexual charge to the podcast.
You see this, man? It says Nirvana.
Mine is just Bic. So
Beautiful. I used to get that quality lighter back in the day.
what do you guys smoke? I like this stuff.
Oh, you're one of those. That's such a meme. American spirits are great, though. I completely agree. There's this one chick who was rolling her own cigarettes at this bar, and I was like smoking some like Marlboro Reds because I'm a boomer, but I'm the best kind. And she's like, "No, don't do that." And then she just like threw my like cartridge away or whatever. My cart. What are you? Pardon? And then she just takes out like her American Spirit tobacco that's in a bag. And she takes this like degradable fucking rolly thing, and she just like rolls me up like a custom-made American Spirit cigarette, and just lights it for me. And she's like, "Isn't that the greatest thing you've ever had?" And then as she gets up, she's horrifically drunk, and just falls over. So that's. And then after that, on Twitter, like all the right-wing bodybuilder bros just started memeing about American Spirit. I'm like, interesting. Yeah, so that's my story for that.
That's a good story.
Yeah, that's cool.
Primordial, if anything.
Well, I'm going to a party this weekend, and I'm going to buy myself 2 packs of Marlboro Gold. Because
you like gold. Oh.
I'm a golden boy. I follow the golden order. Yeah.
Are there any like good ciggies out there that we need to try?
Maybe this is what philosophy is missing. Is to shove its gangrenous dick into cigarettes.
No, no. You can notice this. All the good philosophy died once we got rid of cigarettes. Actually, everything good in society has died because cigarettes are like cringe now.
Holy fuck, you're so right, dude. It's because...
It's true. The 80s, the 70s, the peak of existence, man, was when we just did cigarettes.
You can no longer
50s?
smoke indoors, you know, like, and like share in the communal experience, the peace pipe.
I think it's a crime that you cannot smoke a cigarette in every bar in America. I don't know if you can still, like, the fact that there needs to be a sign outside that says smoking friendly is a sin.
Oh, I know.
It's a sign of a decaying society.
I know, yeah.
Can we talk about like, so we can definitely say that the rise of anti-tobacco sentiment coincides with the rise of biopolitics, right? You gotta like controlling the population, what they put into their bodies.
It's not just ID. I was gonna say it's not just ID politics. It's marijuana is taking the space that big tobacco had, right? So, and it's the marijuana that caused the ID poll to begin with.
Well, I'm saying biopolitics.
Oh, biopol? I thought you said ID poll. I thought we were going to 2016 cringe. No, biopolitics? All right, let's go.
No, I mean, like, I don't agree with that.
Now.
I don't agree with that, man. Like, the devil's lettuce is an old friend of mine, and we've known each other since the war. So
what do you guys think about this Delta 8 stuff?
What is that?
Oh, you're British, or you're Indian. It's like loophole weed, pretty much.
Whoa.
Loophole weed.
Is that just pure CBD?
No, it's, so like what gets you high is Delta 9, but they took out Delta 8, which is different. But it's the same thing, just less potent, but you take more of it, and it's the exact same thing. It's pretty sweet. You can just walk in and buy weed now because of that loophole.
Yep.
Anyway.
Until fucking the Zoom Corporation walks in and sanctions it, like everything else, like every loophole.
They're going to crack down at some point.
Yeah.
We got to stockpile our Delta 8.
Any frontier, man. Any frontier is taken over.
No, but let's talk about drugs a little bit more, man. I do feel like I feel like the type of drugs people use that's popular influences the music, and music like influences culture, right? And our Lord and Savior, not Breitbart. Who runs Breitbart now? Who's that one guy who is a part of the Trump administration?
Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. Our Lord and Savior Steve Bannon came up with the greatest idea, very Gromskian, that like politics is downstream from culture, right? So like I feel like our jaded political elite only exists because the youth and like our generation does too much lean, when we should be going back on the MK Ultra ways and like doing hardcore psychedelics.
That's literally what Mark Fisher says before he died.
Well, I disagree.
Well, I got one more thing to say. And the reason why I believe this is because with things like psychedelics, you're more involved with life. But when you're doing things like lean or like weed, like particularly the strains that people use today, you're more disconnected from life and from people. That's like my thing. So it's very post-public, or drugs are very post-public today.
More in your head, mate.
No, I'm right. Right. Take it away.
No, I mean like the drugs nowadays are more in your head rather than,
in your body.
Outside of you.
Outside of you. Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I mean, I agree with Palia, who said that basically LSD was a CIA operation to like destroy the minds of a generation of intellectuals.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of LSD because I don't want to fry my brain like all those penniless hippies. I'm pretty straight edge, honestly. I don't really do much, so maybe I shouldn't comment.
Well, I've never done anything in my life.
Vlad is the least. He's actually the most straight edge of all of us. I'm pretty sure.
I only
he just doesn't even own a lighter. He hasn't shown his lighter, so he's not a real.
I only ever drink water and like eat wood shavings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Is it Paglia? I thought it was like Paglia.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Paglia.
I don't know. Like, she's not the most beautiful woman that's walked the earth, so I don't care to remember her name.
Is it Pagliacci?
We'll call her Pagliacci. But yeah, Miss Pagliacci is like, yeah, she's pretty cool. She has a lot of really cool ideas. Her talk with Jordan Peterson way back all those years ago was really cool. I think she actually referenced what you're talking about in that talk. But like, I don't know if I jive with the LSD was a CIA op. I mean, it was, but I don't think that's the reason why the intellectual class died. I think the hippie movement itself was never going to come to fruition anything. I think those kind of decentralized fake imitations of like nonviolent struggle in a country in which our founders only did anything through violent struggle was never going to take off.
Honestly,
remember, the ethos of this country is the seeds of liberty have to grow with the blood, or whatever the fuck that guy said.
Will not be infringed.
Yeah, our rights will not be infringed, or else we have to do violent revolution.
I think at this point, I'm like, I have this like thought in my head that the reason why like philosophy seems like it's dying is because philosophy fucking conquered the West, like in the last century, because everything is fucking rationalized and moralized, everything to the extent that there's like no kind of, everything is like intellectualized and there's no raw reaction like to things anymore.
You can say that rationalism and empiricism has taken over the West. I don't know. You can't say philosophy itself took over, because if that's the case, then like I don't know what that even means.
I feel like
everything is a philosophy.
It's kind of like an anti-philosophy, honestly. It's like the opposite of philosophy is empiricism or crass rationalism.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't philosophy literally just love for logic or whatever?
No, it's love for wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah. Yeah, but like rationalism is under, empiricism is under philosophy.
Well, rationalism comes from the Enlightenment, see? So,
which is anti, yeah.
And the Enlightenment, founded on Protestant ethics, of course, is afraid of the unknown, right? Basically, there's a doorknob or whatever. It consigns the unknown to its own sort of like, it banishes it, or sort of like creates these spaces where it's permissible to dabble in it. That's called art. But it sort of takes over everything. And Bataille, he would say that we need to have like a healthy sort of relationship with the unknown, because life is pretty much all it is like gathering things to be used so that we can engage in debauchery and useless things. It's like this constant cycle where we're slipping between the night of non-knowledge and the day of knowledge. So that's the problem with the West today, is that we don't have a relationship with the unknown and with destruction and debauchery and hot orgies around the sacrificial fire and stuff like that.
That's
today
just
is
straight
very
up beautiful.
cringe. What?
That's just straight up beautiful. Thank you.
No, that was. It took him a minute to get that out.
That's what we in the industry call
a clip.
a cum.
I like how man just like says like the most beautiful thing ever made in PAMU history, and then Vlad's only thought in that moment. You know what? That's all. It's like the greatest part of being a man.
It's what philosophy is all about. It's all about the debauchery, the orgies around the solar nexus.
Yeah.
And
philosophy is just like it's all buggering, as Deleuze would say.
oh man,
Philosophy is just sex, or
it's all Polish ham.
What'd you say?
Polish ham.
Oh.
So
Nice.
the PAMU ontology, or not the ontology, but like the PAMU way of being, I guess, ontology is the solar jihad, right?
Yes.
So is our quest literally to go and fuck the sun?
It is to put the sun under our submission. What we do with the submissive sun is up to us. We can do a lot of shit with it. Okay.
Yeah.
But like the point is that we need to end the tyranny, because it's really a tyranny of narcissism. Is what I would call it.
Vlad,
What?
we need to go back to the drawing board and we need to write like a 5-page essay and call it the solar jihad.
I don't know if I can like if my grandma would like that kind of language, because she reads through all my work.
You can call it the solar crusade. Like, I don't.
Oh yeah, she'll accept that.
Make a Ukrainian. I don't know which side it is. Make like a Ukrainian or Russian or Greek.
The solar
and call it the Solar Republic.
the solar
like,
pogrom.
The mass like English version will be the solar jihad, because everyone likes Muslims now again.
That jihad is basically like it's their way of directing the excess energy. Is through conquering.
Yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
We talked about this a long time ago. But yeah, like the idea behind like jihadism is like, what do you do with the incels of your society? You send them to war, right? That way, and the ones who survive, they can like prolong the species. So we have a lot of incels in this land of America right now. Do you think that that in 20 years' time we might hit a critical mass of incels and just have like a legit civil war, or will we have to like create a war in like Africa or like Asia and like send them off to die?
Absolutely.
No,
so
I don't think like proxy wars work anymore for Americans. I don't think they enjoy it as much. I think it has to be something more like personal, like Pearl Harbor, but like on steroids. So like Pearl Detroit or something. Pearl
I don't even
Cincinnati.
Detroit is already dead. Pearl Harbor is too far away.
Pearl New York.
what's going to happen is if we're going to get rid of the incels, China would have to stage like a mass like server wipe of like Fortnite, and then that will put people up in arms, and then we can send them over there while like our great LGBT people in the military just like fly the drones and just like kill the incels we've sent off to war.
Dude, what if China literally just deletes the Western internet? Like, what would happen?
Dude, I mean, I'm fine because I live in Oklahoma, so like we don't even have access to the internet.
Right.
So it's basically a developing third world country here, so like I'm fine. It's just like another day. People are probably just gonna like plant like plants. That will be like the big thing. There might be wars to like take over some more farmland.
Yeah.
Like, well, we'll be fine.
Men.
Yeah.
What would you do, right? If Schoenberg knocked on your door, you opened the door, and he told you remaining meeting time 2 minutes and 20 seconds, upgrade to pro.
I would say check out my music on SoundCloud. You can find me on Instagram, min.weber_. I don't even know. But yeah.
Well, you can also follow us on zerobooks.org.fbi.co, where you will find the latest and greatest of our secondary literature on Mark Fisher.
Peter Thiel, if you're listening to us, fund us. Thank you.
To contain.
Is that your podcast? Is it Contain? Or are you just repping some